Hello viewers and fellow YouTubers, Mr. Leonidas here. As you can tell, it's an absolutely gorgeous day where I'm at. Just a little bit of wind coming through, so I apologize. Maybe if a few words here or there, aren't picked up as well on the mic, but I do the best I can with what I've got. So this is a video via viewer request, and it's from Samuel40, and he's a big follower, subscriber of mine, and he always gives me a lot of good input. Occasionally, I like to reach back out to the audience and, get them something that they're asking for. And he was asking, this is roughly, what he was trying to get at, but he was talking about, he carries a small folding pocket knife like I carry, like say I've got my Ontario Rat 1 here with me today. But, he carries one of those, and he's interested in maybe, carrying a smaller fixed blade and, something for self-defense. And so I just want to do a short video here talking about, what you should really look for in a small blade knife to carry for self-defense, how to carry them, and some just a little bit of general know-how about about those knives and my theories towards carrying small blade knives, because I like large blade knives. I do a lot of talking about that, but I find small blade knives very useful, because they are easy to tuck away. So what I've got going on with me today, and what I'm carrying, is the first one I'll show you. And this is also why small blade knives are, like I said, you can tuck them away, because I'm carrying everything on me right now that I'm going to show in the video. So the first one I'll show is the K-Bar Becker Necker, the BK11, and I will have a separate video where I talk about the benefits of neck knives here. At some is an awesome way to carry a knife, mainly because it's always within reach. A lot of us, especially right here right now, I'm talking with my hands. I've got a good neck knife. Pretty decent for self-defense. Pretty easy to tuck away and hide, under a shirt, and it's there when you need it. So highly recommend. Second up, I'm just going to say, let's just look at a general belt knife. Those are fairly easy to conceal. Just throw your shirt over it. Here I've got the awesome brand spanking new. This is the Striker that Battle Blade sent me. Absolutely pumped about this knife, man. This bad boy is sweet, and I do have a video up of the new sheathing system that how I've got that attached to my belt right now. Awesome knife, love it. So that's another good way to carry a small blade knife. To mention, these are knives with blade lengths of about 3 inches roughly, is what I'm going for, which maybe smaller. So you got your neck knife, you got your belt knife, that's hidden so far, and then I'll show here I have a K-Bar TDI, a small TDI. Now I'm carrying this IWB, which is inside the waistband, and now this one has a smaller blade. It's under 3 inches. I believe it's roughly about a 2-inch long blade, but it's a nice little self-defense knife, and it packs a punch. It's good for slashing and a little bit of thrusting there too. So that's another way you can carry a small blade knife, and that's something that I do occasionally. Okay, so I covered what I'm carrying and how I'm carrying it, and then and now you may want to consider what situations, and then how you want to deploy these knives and things like that. So briefly, mainly when I do carry a neck knife with me, even in urban environments. Honestly, I carry pretty much all of these in urban environments. I will say that I don't carry a small belt knife out as many places. I live in Alabama, but still, sometimes depending on what you're doing, if you're going to go into a fine restaurant, sometimes, I may not do the small belt knife. But, neck knife, it's pretty easy to concealable. Obviously, the inside, the waistband, the K-bar is pretty easy to hide. And then deployment with these, obviously, neck knife's pretty easy to grab and things like that. And if you do have a small IWB knife, all you have to do is, lift your shirt up and there's your knife. And then now, when I'm talking about deployment too, I'm talking about in self-defense situations. Now, I'm not a self-defense instructor, but I do highly suggest anyone out there go watch some videos or get trained. Brian Hoffner has some awesome videos on knife self-defense and how to deploy and use knives, like a small blade knife, like like the Striker. I mean, you can go to you can get it off your belt. You can go to an ice pick. You've got good strong jabs there. You can get somebody directly behind you. You can move over like that. There's a really good combination of moves you can do with a really small bladed knife like this, you can turn into just an absolutely lethal weapon. Because, you know, if you got a knife, you don't have to reload a knife. I love guns, but man. So there's my input on carrying small blade knives. I'm sorry if that maybe got a little long-winded, but there's, you know, a little bit more to cover in there. So those are just a few knives that I carry. I do have other small blade knives that I carry. Maybe, you know, I carry them differently. Sometimes I may put some of my gear depending on what I'm doing that day. So that's, you know, they're fun knives to play with, fun knives to move around and see what works for you. So thank you so much for watching, Sammy40. I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, Mr. Lee and I signing out. And